This is not my tree. It was started long ago by someone whose vision faded over time. Years passed, the tree was forgotten, overlooked. A friend of mine received it for free. No one saw much value in it. A straight section in the trunk made it unworthy in the eyes of many. But to us, it was more than just a flaw. It was potential. Now it's my turn to honor its past and guide it into the future. This was the part no one wanted, a long straight section without movement, without grace. The tree was dismissed because of it, but sometimes the part that seems the most flawed is the key to the story. Cleaning is the first step. It's how I begin to listen to the tree. Every cut reveals a little more of its truth. As I clean, I feel something, a direction. What if I don't hide the problem? What if I turn it into a feature? This branch set into place and already has a lot of character. If I chin it, it'll create contrast, it'll create age. And if I then extend it and turn it into shari, a scar that moves through a thick straight section, then the lifeline will become more dynamic. The trunk will tell a story, the flaw becomes the focus. The tree is no longer forgotten and is becoming what it's always meant to be. The tree I'm working on is a Juniperus chinensis Itoigawa. It's native to Japan and grows naturally in the coastal cliffs of Itoigawa, a small town in Niigata Prefecture. Botanically, it's a subspecies of Juniperus chinensis sargentii. What makes Itoigawa special is its fine, dense foliage. The scale-like needles are soft, compact, and naturally vibrant green. That's why it's so prized in bonsai. Its growth habit allows for delicate ramification and strong back budding, even after a heavy pruning. But it's not just about looks. Itoigawa junipers have been used in bonsai since the Edo period. Over centuries, Japanese bonsai artists developed a deep relationship with this variety, using it to express elegance, movement, and age. Even the wood is unique, dry, fibrous, ideal for carving. That's what allows for dramatic jin and shari you'll see here. Every cut, every twist honors the legacy. It's not just a tree, it's the beginning of a story that'll span for multiple generations. And that's exactly why I couldn't let go that something still felt heavy. The straight section remained dominant, too much visual weight. So I returned to the deadwood, not to create more, but to refine, make it thinner, lighter, more elegant. By reducing the mass, the trunk begins to breathe again. The balance shifts, the line flows. It's in these subtle adjustments that a tree becomes more than a design. It becomes the feeling. Right now the whole tree is leaning backwards, but in bonsai, we always want the energy to move forwards. That's the next challenge, and raffia makes it possible. The first branch is thick, If I bend it without protection, it could split, so I use raffia. Raffia is a natural fiber. When soaked, it becomes soft and flexible, but once it dries, it tightens and strengthens the branch. Each strip should lie flat. Flat raffia allows tighter compression. It follows the curves of the wood. In order to anchor my raffia, I will lay one strip in the same direction as I'm turning. This will make sure that there is pressure on that strip and that the entire raffia is anchored. Later on, I will remove the little knot that I made and it will be anchored for good. I overlap each turn by about 40%. That way each new layer locks into the last, creating even, consistent pressure. This will allow me to bend the branch safely and shape it with confidence. Juniperus chinensis is what we call a dioecious species. It means it grows as either male or female, and only the females will produce cones. The leaves contain aromatic oils and terpenes. These give the tree its scent and help protect it against fungi and insect damage. In the wild, these trees don't always grow upright. They often become low, wide, spreading forms, sometimes up to 10 meters across. Even though the Itoigawa is known for its refinement, it's also incredibly tough. It tolerates strong pruning, drought, and even snow and heavy frost. Photosynthesis in junipers follows a C3 metabolic pathway, efficient in temperate climates, but sensitive to high temperatures and prolonged stress. That's why seasonal balance and airflow are so important in bonsai cultivation. These traits, from leaf chemistry to root structure, are what make Itoigawa more than just beautiful. They make it remarkably adaptive to life in miniature. The top of the tree also leans back, but unlike the thick lower branch, this one doesn't need raffia. It's younger and more flexible. Here I'm using my gym pliers to guide the bend. The trick is to grip just behind the curve that gives control and avoids crushing the branch. It doesn't take much force, but patience. Little by little, the top comes forward. Now the energy of the tree is no longer moving away from the viewer, but gently forward, inviting. Seemed worthless became beautiful. What others gave up on revealed its story. In bonsai, as in life, there's always a solution. Sometimes we need to look at it again, with patience and a bit of imagination. So if a tree looks impossible to style, don't give up, because sometimes the flaw is the beauty. If you enjoyed this transformation, consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and leaving a comment. It helps me grow this little corner of creativity. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next story.